Hi, and welcome to my first Scratch tutorial video. It's Scratch Tutor, and today I will be making a simple platforming tutorial. So, to start, we're going to want to you want to give it a name. I named mine tutorial number 1, but you can name yours whatever you want. Just a good practice. So, now, the first thing you're going to want to do is create a sprite. This is the bitmap editor, and it's generally more easy to use than vector, which is based on shapes, and bitmap is based on pixels. So for now, I'm just going to use bitmap. So I'll just draw a very simple sprite like that, and then we're going to want to make the square bigger, because right now it's pretty small. There you go. That's probably around big enough. And the next thing we're going to want to do is create a sprite called platform. So let's make it black. And let's just draw this flat thing on the bottom. And let's give it just this very simple script saying when green flag clicked, go to 0, 0. So now this should go to 0, 0. And we also want to name this platform, just to make it easier when we do things. We're also going to name this one player. Okay, so now we'll go into this one. Here's the actual platforming script. So it's pretty complicated, but I'll try and explain everything the best I can. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to make two variables. One will be called xv, so x velocity, and the second one will be called yv, so y velocity. So x is this way, and y is up and down. X is side to side, y is up and down. So this will be my x, the speed it moves from side to side, and the speed it moves up and down. So the first thing I'm going to do is when green flag clicked, I'm going to set both of these to 0. So it stays in place. There's nothing affecting it when it starts. And I'm going to make a forever loop. And inside that, I'm going to put two ifs. And in each of them, I'm going to put one key pressed. I'm going to say right arrow and left arrow. And I'm going to say, I'm going to have this change xv by 1 and xv by -1. So when the right arrow is pressed, here, I can demonstrate this. Here's xv up here. When the right arrow pressed, the xv goes up. When left arrow pressed, xv goes down. So then we're going to always set xv to itself times 0.8, which is basically making sure it slows down. So when I start this, let's say I go up, it's going to forever multiply xv by 0.8, which is making it smaller. So let's see, change x by xv instead of setting it. So this way you get kind of a slowing to a halt effect versus just an abrupt stop. But this covers our entire side-to-side movement. The next thing we're going to want to add is if touching platform, change y by 1, which basically makes this, if it goes underneath, it changes y just by 1. and then we're going to make another one. So if after that it's still touching platform, do it again, and do it again. 3, 4, 5, and then on the 6th time, oh, and also to duplicate, you right click on a sprite and click duplicate, and you get the whole thing from that down. So now here we're going to say change x by the opposite of xv, or xv times -1, which is the negative equivalent of xv, or the positive. And then we're going to change y by 5. Change y by -5. So then we'll say if, now in that we're going to put a if else, which basically says if this happens, it first checks for this, and then if that's not happening, it goes to else and just does else no matter what. So inside this, we're going to say if up arrow key pressed, then inside that we're going to put another if else, then if xv is greater than, so xv greater than 0, set xv to -5, and then else we're going to set xv to 5, and then underneath that we're going to set yv to 10. Now in this next spot for the else, we're going to set xv to 0. Now underneath all of this, we're going to go down and say change yv by -1, and forever change y by yv. And then we're going to say, this is starting to get into the gravity effect, if touching platform, then change y by yv times -1, and let's put yv in, and then we're going to say set yv to 0. So now you can already see it's starting to have it has gravity, so you can pick it up and drop it like that. And then we're going to duplicate this. Wait, actually, no, we're not going to duplicate that. And then underneath that, we're going to say if, so we're going to change y by -1, and then we're going to say if we are touching platform, and if we're also touching platform and pressing the up arrow key, it's going to be jump, then it's going to change the y velocity by 15, or whatever number you want that to be. So 15 will kind of make it this. Actually, and then one other thing we're going to add is change, at the end you're going to change yv by 1. So now you got a nice moving platformer with a jump and a moving side to side. If you want, you can make the jump smaller, or so like that's a small jump, or you can make the jump much bigger. That, or you can make it faster. This would make it faster. So I can change that to 2 and -2. Then it moves much faster. Or I can make this 0.99, which would make it decelerate much slower. Or I can make this 0.4, which makes it decelerate really fast. And go slowly. But for now, I'm gonna keep those the same. So if I like this, and I'll see you next time for tutorial number 2, where I will show you how to turn this into more of a game. Because right now it's just moving, but I can show you how to make levels and create a platform and how to make levels interesting. So see you next time, and bye.